I don't know how to do it. But this is...
Oh, you trying to do the thing I did in the first episode? Yeah, I ain't gonna do it again. All right. Welcome to the second episode, the second part of the Harry Potter special.
Yeah,
So Chris, in fact, I might even go on a little rant here.
We have to address it, bro.
So Chris has now finished all 7 books. And Eight. He read the Cursed Child. Have you not gotten into the other ones yet? The ones that have to do with the Fantastic Beasts books?
No, because I can't find free versions of the audiobooks on YouTube.
Would you read it? Like read it?
Probably.
I'll loan you my copy.
Okay.
Anyhow. Oh, by the way, it's written the same way that the Cursed Child is, bro. It's in screenplay form.
Screenplay.
Yeah,
okay.
Way easy to follow. All right. So anyhow, Chris has done that minus those 2 books. And we started the movies. We watched the first one together. It was all great. We loved it. It was like being a child again. We saw probably half or a little more of the second one, Chamber of Secrets, the movie. Pretty good. We were into it. And so we had to put a pause on it. We were going to start watching 3 through 7. And I don't know. I guess the Slytherin came out of Chris. And he went and watched the rest of 2, 3. And I think he said he watched some 5. And Chris darn near ended this whole podcast, and not to mention our whole friendship over here.
Oh man!
He pulled a huge. What's the biggest fuck up in the books? You think? Is there like a backstab in the books?
Yeah. What books?
The books.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Benedict Arnold.
Nah. In the Harry Potter, who's the guy that goes down as like a snitch? Well, not a traitor. A traitor. Who goes down the traitor?
I don't want to be him.
Who goes down? Who?
Wormtail?
Damn, not that bad, bro. You're not that bad. Wormtail was evil. What you did was just it was bad.
A little Snape-ish?
It was innocent bad.
A little Snape-ish.
Nah, Snape was clever with it. We just mean with it.
So it was just.
You were like a Dursley. He was like a Dursley, bro. He was a little Dursley. That's what he did.
All right. So those of you, it's because I couldn't wait. And then I was on vacation.
You hear his excuse? I was supposed to be his best friend. I'm one of his best friends. And you see, he has excuses. Instead of admitting that shit was fucked up.
But I still want to watch them all with you. And I want to be like on the same level as you.
We're going to watch him again. We're going to watch him.
You've already watched them like several times. So I feel like I need at least like a little. And then plus I watched them on YouTube. So there's like a lot of scenes that I know that are in the movies.
You know what? All right, Chris, I forgive you.
Thank you.
Anyhow, what do you want to talk about? Start off. So, what book did we end on the last podcast? What book that you just finished or whatnot?
Shit. I don't know, but I know I didn't talk about the Cursed Child, and I don't know if I talked about Deathly Hallows. I don't even know I don't know, but I feel like it was all the books in the first movie, maybe. But
all the books?
I think I don't know.
I think it was the first.
Because I didn't know about the Snape twist.
So it wasn't 6 yet.
Yeah.
So you had read 5?
Maybe, yeah. The 5 was which one?
So Sirius, I don't think Sirius was dead yet though.
Yeah, that one affected me, and I don't think it was on the podcast yet.
So I don't think you finished book 5. I think where we finished off on the last podcast, the Harry Potter podcast, is that you had watched one movie, we had watched one movie, and you had read almost 5 books. You were in the 5th book, but he hadn't finished it yet because you said Sirius wasn't dead.
Right. So
let's talk about that. How did that hit you? This is the first.
So that's what. Okay, so the book before that was Order of the Phoenix.
It was.
And that.
Oh yeah, that wasn't the first death. I'm sorry. That my bad. Shout out to homeboy that died. Got killed by Voldemort. Remember?
Yeah, the kid, right? Who ended up being
Cedric?
Robert Pattinson.
Is that really who it was in the movie?
Yeah, it was Batman.
Oh, I didn't know.
Batman was Cedric.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
Damn.
And
see, I would have known if I watched the movie with you, huh?
We're gonna watch it again, but I didn't like how in the movie, bro, that scene where
Cedric dies.
Before he dies, once the portal key, which is the treasure, before they touch it in the book, it's way better because it's more thoughtful. Like they have to think about it. He's like, no, he's like, you fucking get it, you won, and they're like, nah, fuck it, let's do it together. And then but in the movie, it's like real quick. They grab it and they end up like in this fucking graveyard and shit, right? And then he gets killed.
Yeah, out of nowhere, right? Like,
yeah.
Boom, boom, oh, what the fuck? He was dead. Yeah.
And it's crazy how. Well, I mean, just like real life, he has to deal with that guilt in the next movie, in the next book, right? So, because his chick, not his chick, but that girl that he really likes. Like, she liked Cedric, and then he died, and she also liked him, so she kind of felt guilty about it. But that's also whenever they created Dumbledore's army, which was badass, and that was cool seeing Potter become a teacher. You know what I'm saying? I saw myself in him a little bit because I was like, oh, that's cool. Like, he's using what he learned. And it's almost, he didn't want to be it, but he ended up being good at it despite his lack of wanting to do it. But he just had the credentials, so he had to. And
he stepped up.
And that fucking mean ass lady, bro. I forgot her name.
You were so good on it last time. You were on it.
Magana. No,
that's a nice one. Let's Minerva McGonagall is the other.
Minerva McGonagall. She's cool, bro. In the last book,
I'm gonna look up her name. Don't worry.
All right. In the last book, I like how man, the Battle of Hogwarts was crazy.
Yes, in the books, right? It was amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing, bro. And but before that, so
Dolores Umbridge.
Umbridge, yeah, I hate her. I'm surprised she was still alive after I thought those dudes were gonna kill her.
No, she was alive in the end. Like, oh, this bitch came back.
Yeah, and she's still worse because she was working at the Ministry of Magic, and she was having them put those pamphlets, and it became like real racist. Like, it was like, whoa, like it was like on a
Nazi level.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it was very, and some Voldemort was kind of Hitlerish, right? When you look at it like that.
Because he did end up infiltrating the government, the Ministry of Magic, you know, by really wicked ways.
Man, and the plot twist of who showed the Patronus whenever he was in the forest, whenever he found Ron.
Yeah, he thought it was his dad. Really, it was him the whole fucking time.
No, that's another time.
Oh,
but that was dope as fuck too, and it was him in another. It was time.
It was him himself. I know.
That was cool.
That was like some interstellar shit.
And then he told her, he's like, and I knew I could do it because I already saw myself do it. Does that make sense? And she's like, no. And he's
that was like some interstellar shit.
Yes, bro. That was so dope.
But isn't that an amazing concept? If you see yourself in your head doing something, maybe that alone will boost you to do it.
Because you visualize it.
Exactly. You know? Intent. And Harry Potter has an eye tiger.
Bro. And yeah, I was talking about when the sword of Gryffindor showed up when they were in the woods. And Snape was the one
who put it there.
And then he sent out the dough, and he had the same Patronus as Harry's mom because he was in love with her.
Yeah. But you gotta feel bad for Harry because he thought this was his dad and his mom helping him the whole time from the other world, and nah, it was just Snape and myself, you know.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But the belief of it is what boosted him to keep doing all this awesome thing. You know, he did think it was, it's a placebo effect.
Yeah. I wonder if they were. I mean, he really did talk to his parents.
Yeah, when Voldemort had him under that, in that fourth book.
Yeah.
So
in the graveyard, right?
Yeah. So then Sirius dies.
So that's what got me because you and my coworker told me my homeboy coworker he was telling me about Order of the Phoenix. He's like, at the end of that one, tell me how you feel. and that one, the only one at the end of that one that flipped was that we find out that what's his name wasn't really him.
Yeah.
The what was his name? Woodard or something like that.
Mad Eye Moody.
Moody. Yeah. So I was like, all right, but then the one after that, which was what was it? The kid, the prince, the Half-Blood Prince, right? Is that the one where Sirius passes?
Fifth book, yeah.
The Half-Blood Prince, where he finds out that was Snape, was the Half-Blood. That's what got me was when he died because it was so quick.
Well,
and then he felt so confident during the battle.
Yeah, he was doing good, bro.
He was like, haha, and then he said, "Good one, John." Like he called him his dad's name because he thought, because it was like a. But then his own cousin Beatrix, and the lady who plays her, she does a real good job of playing that character. Like that's how I imagine like a real, but man, bro. And then he just real quick, and then he goes into that thing.
That's it.
And what's interesting is, like only him and Luna can hear the voices. I think because they're both parents that died.
Yeah, because they both seen people die.
Well, that's why they can see those Black Pegasus things.
Yeah, for what they're called.
But that's why they could hear the voices too from that
Thestrals.
Yeah.
They're called Thestrals. Damn.
I like how in the
By the way, in case you don't know, Thestrals are the animals that in the Harry Potter universe you can only see if you've seen someone die before.
they look like reptilian.
And then, do you remember who else could see a Thestral?
Luna.
No, besides them.
No.
Wasn't it Neville?
But his parents didn't die.
Nah, but didn't he see?
But they lost their mind, so maybe.
No.
Neville, shout out to Neville, man. Shout out to Neville. And it's crazy how Voldemort kind of made Harry Potter the Chosen by choosing him. If he would have went and tried to kill Neville, well, if his mom would have did the same thing and like risked her life for him, which they kind of, well, they died protecting Lily and John, right? Potter. So I'm assuming his mom would have done the same. So then it would have been Neville, right? That would have been the chosen one. And then it's crazy that the part where, and I thought it too that Harry just had to die because they both had to die, and how Albus made it seem like that. It was kind of fucked up, but he kind of like had to do it and shit. But in the end, it's like he didn't really have to. He just had to be willing to die and shit. And it was really cool, bro. And then the Cursed Child is cool. It's a cool surprise. It starts off right after the 7th book. Like, because the 7th book...
Well, not right after.
Yeah.
I mean, they have kids now and shit, right? They're adults.
But the 7th book ends 19 years later.
They went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, I love JK.
So I like how his son is Albus Severus Potter.
Yeah.
Right? Named after the two...
His favorite people.
Yeah. After two headmasters.
Yeah.
Of two different schools. Or, right? They're...
Well, Dumbledore and Severus, you know?
Yeah, but Severus, he was a headmaster, I think.
Yeah, he was a headmaster of school. Yeah.
And he was,
and Severus was
Slytherin.
Severus was the Half-Blood Prince. Never even talked about that.
Why was he half-blood? Because he was half human? Half muggle?
Let's ask this thing.
Alright.
You read it more recently
I
than
know.
me.
It's been a while. But,
No, look.
let me take a hit of this way.
Harry is stunned when Snape reveals he is the Half-Blood Prince who once owned Harry's potions book. Snape's mother was a witch named Eileen Prince. His father, Tobias Snape, was a muggle. Hence, Snape's self-imposed nickname, the Half-Blood Prince. It's not that he's a prince, it's that his mom's last name is Prince. And his dad is a muggle. That's how these people... Yeah, that's how
Doesn't it get frustrating how, like, Hermione never believes him, but then it's like, oh, Potter, but sometimes you're on your shit, you're too paranoid.
Yeah.
But it's just like, but I mean, you need...
That's how we are right now. Everyone
yeah.
looks probably just, you trust anything. Like, well, look what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Damn. You know? So go back to Cursed Child.
Cursed Child. Alright, so it starts out like it's, so... A lot of people haven't read The Cursed Child that are Harry Potter fans because they're afraid not to like it.
Man, you gonna love it. I did the same thing. I said I might hate it.
That's what I said. Well, I was ready to, because I'm new at it. I'm 31 and I'm barely reading Harry Potter, so I wanted all of it. So, yeah. So anyway, so he has two boys, right? Yeah, 2 boys and a girl, I think. And one of his boys, the youngest, is barely going to Hogwarts. It's his first year. He's nervous, and his brother's always teasing him like, you're gonna be in Slytherin. And then he tells Harry, what if I'm in Slytherin? And then Harry's like, well, your middle name is Severus, off of Severus Snape. He was Slytherin. And then he said, I was almost gonna be in Slytherin. And he said, if you really don't want to be in Slytherin, you can tell the hat, like he'll listen. He's like, what? And apparently he never told any of his other kids that he kind of talked to the hat and was like, I don't want to be Slytherin. Which I kind of had that moment because I'm kind of still talking to this, but whatever. I wanted to be Gryffindor, right? But I took this one test and it said I was Slytherin, but then I took like the real Harry Potter test. I said I was
This guy.
So I had my own Harry Potter moment.
This guy.
That's what she said, so I'm repeating it. Bro. I was like, yeah.
This guy.
So anyway, Ron and Hermione's daughter's kind of like athletic and cool, and they see Draco's.
Draco kid's like a pussy.
Draco's kid's like a nerd. Nobody likes him.
That's what Draco gets for being an asshole. Is fucking
exactly. And then also, does his wife die? It's like in the middle of the book, right?
Yeah. His wife doesn't make it. His wife doesn't make it.
And what is Draco's son's name?
Scorpius,
I think. Yeah. Well, anyway, so because Harry Potter's youngest son is kind of nerdy and isn't as cool as Ron and Hermione's daughter and Harry and Ginny's older son, he ends up becoming best friends with Draco's son. Mm-hmm. And it's an odd pairing, but they both end up in Slytherin. Right? Yeah, they're both in Slytherin, I think. And then it gets trippy too, because isn't there some time travel? I feel like I'm gonna read all the books again, bro. Let's see. Before his third year at Hogwarts, and I like how it's in the 90s. Harry's in the 90s, just like we were, kind of like he's a little older than us. But shortly before his third year at Hogwarts, in the summer of 2019, Scorpius lost his mother to an illness. Oh yeah, because the book is like all 4 semesters. To an illness which left him and his father grief-stricken and heartbroken.
Poor Draco. Yeah. That's giving me an asshole. What's his name?
And Harry Potter, remember they saved him in the Battle of Hogwarts in that room? That fucking Goyle, I think, sent off that fucking fire and almost killed everybody. Man. Yeah, I can't wait to like watch all the movies with you, bro. Like, and my sister has the Azkaban, I think. The Prisoner of Azkaban on DVD.
That's 3, right?
Yeah. So yeah.
What else? So are you gonna read? So are you gonna get into the other ones?
Fantastic. Yeah.
Those are set in the 1930s. Like I told you, I think it's good that you read it now while the other books are still fresh, because there is a lot of little Easter eggs in there. You know what I'm saying?
And I like. Oh really?
If you know what you're looking for, you'll be like, oh, let's talk about this. You know what I'm saying? Like the references and some of the stuff. You'll see what they're talking about.
That's dope. I'm looking forward to it.
Finally.
What's up?
Oh, because it's in my screen time. This week was down. I was finally happy to.
Mine went down too last week. I don't know about this week.
It said it went down 13%.
Already.
Yeah, I was like, damn. Yeah, I gotta get that fixed.
It was high.
Yeah. I said 5 hours a day. I was like, whoa, what the fuck am I doing all day? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's because it's like chess. Everything.
Sometimes it does. Even then, like, we didn't play about 30 minutes of chess, me and you. But you probably play more chess anyway. You know? I should play more. Hey, we're getting off topic. But yeah, I guess we'll do the next episode when you've read.
Wait,
not done.
Yeah, the Fantastic Beasts.
We didn't talk about the 7th book. We didn't talk about the real thing, everyone that died and shit.
So the 7th book in the beginning, when he gets saved by the Order of the Phoenix, right? When they pick him up. Yeah. Oh, I love how Dursley is like.
He's finally like, I got your back, bro.
Yeah, he said, you know what? I'm glad you exist or some shit like that. Like you do matter to me. And he's like, all right. He called him his name, G-Dog or whatever.
Yeah, because he has some stupid nickname now. Yeah.
Oh, the Dementors, bro. When the Dementors were like getting Dursley's, like, man, they did a real good job on the CGI on the Dementors. Like, they look how maybe even better than I imagined them on the movie. You know.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. But so the first death was Hedwig, right? The bird, right? In the beginning.
Owl.
The owl. And that's like that was really sad, bro. I was like, and it was like in the beginning of the book. That was supposed to be like his like I read somewhere that was supposed to symbolize the death of his youth, really, because he moved out of the Dursleys. He's grown up now. Like, that's it.
Too bad a bird had to die.
I know, just to represent that.
Ritual. Interesting. It's a symbolic ritual.
And then, so then they get to the house. Or that, right then, when he died, that's when they all look like him, right? They take that potion, they all look like him and shit. And then they have to wait, make sure everybody gets there safe. And it's like, they find out that somebody had to snitch. And then you find out later that it was Severus, and then Albus told him, "You have to tell them the truth so that Voldemort can believe you." And he's like, and they just had to have faith that Harry would make it, and they did, and he did, and pretty much everybody did. I think somebody got hit, but I don't think that anybody died yet.
Yeah, didn't what the what is his name?
The one that he's the godfather of his kid.
The tall one, like the black one.
The black dude?
Yeah, didn't he die?
He might have.
Like, one of them got shot down.
He reminded me of Dembe.
One of those groups got shot down, remember? And Ashley did go down.
Yeah, but I feel like they were hurt, but they were okay though.
I feel you. I mean, we'll see when we watch the movie.
Yeah. All right. So that. Then man, I'm trying to remember who else dies in that one. Was it the guy?
One of the Weasleys dies in the battle, right?
That's in the battle. Yeah, that was really sad. And that
Where did Dobby die?
Dobby died in it might have been in the 6th or 7th.
Why did he die? Oh, they were escaping something. He got hit with something.
Yeah. Damn. And then it was like glass or something. And he was like, oh. And then Harry. I don't think we talked about this in the last time, but I think we talked about it in person. He made sure he didn't use no magic to bury Dobby.
Yeah, that's real shit.
And you know what's crazy is he had told Dobby, because remember when Dobby was like trying to protect him? And he told Dobby, just do me a favor, don't ever try to protect me again. But then he did though.
Yep.
But you know, he saved his life. Dobby was a real one.
Kinda. Shit. Wanted to kill that fool in the second movie.
In the second, yeah, but it wasn't his fault. Like, he was being controlled and he wasn't free. He was finally free.
That doesn't make me like Biden anymore.
That's true.
You know, this is you're being controlled.
Still, what was he, a troll?
Yeah, basically.
A troll is a troll.
House elf,
a house elf. Because the trolls are those greedy motherfuckers that, remember he made a deal and the troll's like, hey, I didn't say I'd get you out of here. I said I'd get you in here. For the sword and shit. And that's what I think Lupin told him, or somebody told him, hey, you gotta be careful making deals with these motherfuckers.
Yeah, trolls.
Yeah. Because the troll, I mean, that's their nature. I mean, that's like in the hood, it's like crackheads and shit, I guess. I don't know. There's people out there that are like, I mean, it's all like kind of symbolic, you know? There's people out there who are like giants, like my cousin, yeah. Or half giants, right?
Yeah,
like Haggard. Yeah. Man, thank God Haggard didn't die, bro.
So, dog. Yeah. Really cool.
Haggard didn't die. When Sirius, that was real sad because that was like his father figure, bro. That was one of his father figures.
That one hit you harder than Dumbledore?
Oh.
They made it so slow when they killed Dumbledore in the books, bro. I'm like, just die! And they threw him off.
And it's crazy how he says,
damn.
He tells him, please, and you think he's begging for mercy, right? To save him, but later on you find out he's saying, just do it, just kill me, because he has this fucking curse that's gonna kill him anyway. But I feel like, man, he fucked up. I mean, I think I always knew it was coming. Like, Albus was so old, and I was like, I knew he was gonna die.
How dare you?
You know, like, I didn't know when or how, and it did hurt me, because it sucks that Harry was right there. He had to watch it, and he was frozen.
I remember his hand was fucked up, too.
He couldn't do shit. Yeah, his hand was fucked up because he put on that ring for some reason.
It was a Horcrux. I mean, he touched one of those dangerous rings. That was
right, and then Snape saved him. He's like, but it's only gonna hold on for a while.
So yeah, it's like even Albus knew, like, I'm gonna take that last leap one time. You know?
And he knew that he was gonna. It had to be him to make it
more believable, to make sure that Voldemort believed to the end. Okay, I forget now. So what was the big thing that Severus did in the end to redeem himself? So now, what the fuck?
Okay, so alright, so then Harry sees Voldemort kill Severus.
Yeah.
In order for Voldemort.
Severus? You mean Dumbledore?
No.
What the fuck is that?
He tries to kill.
Oh, that's rain, son.
Oh wow.
Damn, it sounds like someone's pouring a bucket. You see that?
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Man, it's pretty cold too. Little rain interlude. All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Man,
you were telling me.
Yeah, Voldemort killed Snape.
What? Okay, I need to be refreshed. Go ahead.
Yeah. So because Snape killed Dumbledore, so he got the most powerful wand.
Yeah. I forgot
and Voldemort said that it wouldn't work good for him because he had to kill the owner. He had to kill the owner. So the owner was Severus.
Oh.
So he killed Severus, but as Severus was dying, Voldemort left. Harry went and, like, he still kind of wanted to save him for some reason. And then Snape was like, because, you know, Harry's just a good person. You know, he wants to, like, if somebody, and most people probably are, like, if you see somebody die, even if they're like an asshole, you might be like trying to like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I don't know, but he said, here, take this, and it was his memories. He was trying to give him memories. So he put all the memories in the bottle. He said, give me a bottle, give me something. I wish he could do that in real life. It's so cool. Like, you take this USB, and he plug in. So he pours in that little thing, the little cauldron, and then he puts his face into the memories. That shit's so cool. But it's weird, you know, how he describes it, because it's like everything turns sideways, and then he gets there, and he sees how Severus was like friends with his mom, and his mom was like half muggle, half witch, and he was like telling her, you're a witch, and they became friends, and then they went to Hogwarts, and she was Gryffindor, he was Slytherin, and then she became like, he was bullied by Harry's dad. He saw how Harry's dad was an asshole, which he had already seen before, and he was like kind of struggled with that a little bit, and but then he saw all the talk between Severus and Albus, where Severus went to Albus and said, you have to protect her. And he's like, well, what are you going to do for me? Like, why should I protect her? He's like, she's going to kill the kid too, or at least the kid. Protect some, like, I don't know, like, he wanted to protect her, but he couldn't. So he said, well, at least let's protect the kid. And then that's what Severus said to Albus. And he was like, but Severus said, but you can't tell anybody or something. He's like, man, you don't want me to tell nobody that you're doing a good deed, I guess. But Severus, so was always supposed to protect the kid. Like, I think he swore to protect the kid, Harry. And then, but you see him like walk into the scene after he sees Lily dead, and he's like crying and shit with Lily. And I mean, basically Severus has been protecting Harry. He saved Albus and then killed Albus, because it showed all the part between him and Albus. Like, he's like, why did you do that? And then, now you're gonna die. And he's like, well, fuck it. You're gonna have to kill me. You're gonna have to do this, that. We gotta make him think this, and that. And then, so I guess what redeemed him was that he was protecting Harry. He saved Albus. Yeah. And then I guess later on he finds out about well, no, this is after all the he finds out that he was the one that sent the Patronus, the dough. So he saved him again. So he just keeps saving him and shit. Yeah. I forgot, I was gonna say something else about that, but so he's a G, man. I liked him. I don't know about a G. He's a cool dude though. I like Severus.
Alright, so Harry sees all his memories, and then what?
And then let's see.
Going to battle.
He goes to Hogwarts, right?
Does he?
I think.
Does he?
I think.
You know,
I'm gonna have to refresh it and shit. We're both gonna have to refresh ourselves. But yeah, man, it's amazing though. I think the books are better than the movies from what I've seen on YouTube. But I didn't see everything, you know. And I can't wait to read the Fantastic Beasts. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. One more thing, at least. I like how J.K. Rowling didn't even tell the actors, because the books were coming out as the movies were coming out. So a lot of shit they didn't even know. Yeah. And like, there's one thing I saw where one of the one who died, I don't know, Fred or one of the twins, right? He was reading the book. He was on a train, and he read the part he died. And somebody asked, like, the conductors, you know, the person who checks on the tickets, he's like, yeah, you got your ticket? He's like, damn, bro, give me a second, I just died and shit. So I think that's cool. And Snape was the only one who knew the whole time, like, what he was doing. Nobody else knew about Snape, like even the actors and shit, right? But J.K. Rowling told him, and I think that made him an even better character, because he always knew that, even though we didn't know that. Even though nobody else on the set knew that, and he's a great actor, bro. It was incredible. It's like that he died recently. Alan Rickman, right? I think that's his name.
Yeah, that's his name. Yeah. You know, fucking Devo died.
Yeah. Yesterday.
I didn't find out. I was like, what the fuck, Devo? Damn.
You know what?
Nah, I mean,
He's old.
He probably had heart issues too, being a big motherfucker like that.
Yeah. Poor giant.
He talked like a giant. He talked like a giant for real. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Haggard. And that big chick got upset because he said, "You're half giant, right?" And she's like,
How dare you come in?
yeah. He's like, yeah. Poor Haggard, bro. I think he got laid eventually. And then shout out to his brother. What was it, Gore?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, his brother, bro.
Yeah. The movie is kind of funny.
Yeah, he looks funny. Yeah. But, yeah. So that's our second Harry Potter podcast.
All right.
We'll be back soon after. I'm probably going to read some refresh. Or I'm going to read Fantastic Books this week.
Yeah,
Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
Much love.
Much love. Later.
Peace.